And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Friday, August 4th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. A Friday morning, and we're glad Friday has arrived. Glad to have you with us, and glad to be on the air for Wilson Bank and Trust. We have not one, but two people representing the bank this morning. Sheila Groen, good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's nice to have you here, and we have Emily Prey.
Good morning.
Emily, good morning to you. All right, what are we talking about this morning?
We are talking about school bank. School is back in session, and that means school bank is also back in session.
Are both of you affiliated with that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, what all you got to tell us this morning?
Sure, I will start off. My primary responsibility at the bank is to ensure the success and growth of our financial literacy outreach in the community. A big part of that is our school bank program, which started right here in Wilson County at Sam Houston. The program has been in existence for over 20 years. We do offer a hands-on educational experience for the students. We call our youngest customers our student savers, and we love to see them. We just find this program is impactful to teach them the basics of saving money, but also how to confidently conduct themselves when it comes to financial transactions.
Now, are you pretty much in charge of this?
Yes.
I would say I help some.
But Sheila, this is something that you do as well?
Yes. I've been a school banker, which means I'm the one that goes to the school when the kids come up to make their deposits. We have a little bank window. They get excited. This year, I have been invited to graduations and weddings from kids that started doing school banking with me 20 plus years ago.
So you've been doing this that long?
Yes. Well, in fact, if you've got time, I retired last year, and the bank was very generous and offered me a position to come back just as a school banker. So that's what my job is now, and I have six different schools.
So you've been known as Miss Sheila for a long time then?
For a long time.
We could not do this without her, so we are very thankful.
It's my passion. It is so important to teach children, to encourage them to save. It's so much easier to learn to save at an early age than be an adult and try to save money.
I certainly agree with that, but I also remember when I was that age and how some of the people that knew me well said that that dollar burned a hole in my pocket or burned my hand. I couldn't hold on to it long.
It is interesting to see the students when they give us $1, helping them understand that dollar isn't gone. It is still yours. We're just protecting it and saving it for you.
How is it difficult to get the message over to them of how they need to save and of just what Emily just said, that it's still your dollar, we're just protecting it for you, saving it for you?
It is initially for some kids, but you'll have two kids in one family, and one will be a saver and want to put all their money in, and the other one's like, I've got $5, but I'm just going to give you one, because the other misconception is small children think they bring you $1, and when they come to the bank to get it, it's going to be that exact same dollar, same date, same number on it, everything. So it's an education for them.
How many schools are you in?
We are currently, last year we were in 63. This year we are starting out in 67.
So you're doing this all over Middle Tennessee,
Yes,
wherever
sir.
the bank is located?
Yes, across our footprint.
As the school systems allow, I suppose.
Yes, absolutely. Last year, again, we're in 63 schools. We had over 2,500 student savers enrolled in the program. And our students across the board were able to put over 800,000 combined dollars in their accounts.
Now, is this just for elementary schools?
Yes, sir. So this program specifically is for K through 5. We do have some preschools as well, which is really cool. We like to get them as early as we can, start teaching them. We previously had a middle school program that was in person, and we found that middle schoolers are a little too cool to interact with their school banker, but we do offer other financial literacy tools, and we go into the schools, high school, junior high, so on and so forth, and teach financial literacy courses.
Are we talking strictly about savings accounts?
Yes.
These are, yes.
Yeah. if someone wants a checking account for their child, they could do that, but they do that on their own. That's not part of your program.
Correct.
Okay, all right. So we're talking about saving money.
Absolutely.
How much interaction do you have? Do you have a classroom setting for a few minutes? It might depend on the school, but how does that work, Emily?
So we do engage with the different classrooms. If a classroom, a teacher, administration is wanting us to come into their class and teach on financial literacy principles, we do have curriculums that are geared towards the younger children, middle school children, as well as high schoolers. And we are always happy to partner with our teachers and our schools to act as that financial literacy expert and support them in that way.
Bet you get a lot of questions, don't
We get a
you?
lot of questions.
We do.
But you've got all the answers.
If not, we'll get the answer.
That's right.
At least for that, these are, for the most part, we're talking about elementary school children.
Correct.
Up through grade
5.
5. And so it's just the very, very basics
Yes.
of banking and saving money and this sort of thing. But you are getting them off on the right foot.
Right.
Absolutely.
And they're learning more than, I mean, my granddaughter, for example, learned, she got excited about it, and so she wanted to have her deposit slip filled out when she came to bank day. We have adults that don't want to do that. So she sold Girl Scout cookies, and somebody gave her a check, and she had the deposit slip, and the teacher said, "How do you know how to do that?" And she said, "Well, I've been a school banker, so student saver."
I think the military term for that is gung-ho, right?
Right.
We've come to the end of our time here this morning. Anything you want to say in closing quickly here?
Quickly, I would just like to let our parents know that if they're interested in getting their student enrolled, they just need to come by any of our locations, any of the 30 locations, and set up a Youth Saver account. We will then enroll that account in the appropriate school with the program, and their student can get started saving right there. If you're interested in seeing our schedule for this school year, you can go to wilsonbank.com/bank days. And we do have new polos this year. So if you see a white polo out and about, and it has a red school bank logo on it, please be sure to say hello and introduce yourself to our school bankers.
All right. Well, thank you both for being with us this morning. Sheila Growing, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And Emily Prey, marketing specialist, thank you very much. Wilson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender, still here, still independent, still committed to you, excellence in banking since 1987. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're at 11 and a half minutes after the hour. Really, I have a special guest here this morning that I want to introduce, and we've got something really important to talk about. I want to welcome to our program this morning, Ruth Horton. Ruth, you need to get a little closer to the mic here. Scoot that chair up and get comfortable here. And,
Okay.
And
Good morning.
say good morning to everybody.
Good morning, everyone. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Well, nice to have you here. And let me say that Randall Clemens has something to do with your being here.
Yes.
He approached me the other day and said, we just had a news release out about what we're going to talk about, and when do you have time to have somebody on? So it just happened that this Friday worked out for us, and you are here. And this has to do with Kubota.
Right.
And a chance for people to vote for the 2023 Community Choice Award winner, which we'll get into here. But we've already won, I think, $100,000 grant.
Right.
Is that
We have $100,000 as the first award, and we're eligible for a second $100,000 if we get enough votes. We're competing with 5 other grantees, and so we have to have people voting every day. You can vote every day, and you can win a Kubota lawnmower or tractor or whatever. And it's a wonderful contest, very easy to enter, but we do need your votes.
Well, I voted last night. It's
Yeah.
very easy to access this, and I highlighted some of this here. You go to, you visit KubotaHometownProud.com.
Yes, that's
to
it.
enter. KubotaHometownProud.com. And then they have the listing of those on there. I think we're at the top one. We were on.
We're listed first, but last night we were like at 3,000, a little over 3,000 votes. So we got to get busy because I noticed that there are 5 grantees. There are 5 different groups that received the grant. So we're competing against each other for the second award.
As I understand it, each of these 5 has won a $100,000 grant from Kubota.
Right.
But then they're putting all 5 in here and letting people vote for who gets another $100,000 grant.
Yeah. Initially, there were 800 applicants. So we are really excited that we were one of the top 5.
Well, now, how did you get involved in this?
Well, I kind of live at Fiddler's Grove a lot. When I retired and moved back here in 2003, my parents were involved. And so you just kind of follow your parents to do what they tell you. So I'm on the board at Fiddler's Grove and also the Fair Board. And my dad's first little grocery store is in Fiddler's Grove Historical Village. And so I give tours to teachers, bring their 3rd, 4th graders out for Tennessee history. And I tell them what life was like back in the old days and get wonderful questions, and the teachers love it. So I do a lot of work in Fiddler's Grove.
Well, for those who don't know, your father was A.C. Horton.
Right.
He had the little grocery store down here.
Trousdale Ferry.
Trousdale Ferry. I passed it. I wonder how many times I've passed it on the way
A
out
lot
here.
of times,
Since
yeah.
1961.
Yeah.
But your brother, A.C. Horton Jr., was he still a mayor? Or?
No, he has a consulting firm now and also works for St. Jude in Memphis.
Yeah. But certainly he's well known in the Memphis area
Yes,
here.
yes.
And I can remember when he worked at McGee and Jennings on the
Oh,
corner.
boy. Yeah,
You
yeah.
remember that too, don't you?
Yes, he worked there, and he would do his chores at McGee and Jennings and then hurry over to the courthouse and sneak in to see if he could sit in on cases.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Time for us to take a break. Ruth Horton is my guest. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota. They'll help you rent the right tool for the job. The Kubota Orange Rental Program makes it easy to rent the right equipment. Stop by Absolute Kubota, check out the U35 excavator or the SVL 75 compact track loader. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. We still see the heavy traffic on Vietnam Vets right now, westbound, approaching Conference Drive coming through Hendersonville. It's picked up even more with some volume on 65 through Brentwood, Franklin. Watch for radar I-40 out in Dixon County. This morning they're being sneaky. Again, they're on I-40 eastbound around 840 all the way up to Kingston Springs. Nash Painting, they service all of Middle Tennessee. If you want professional folks to paint your house, and I'm sure you do, you'll check with these guys. They're online at nashpainting.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on this Friday morning. Again, Ruth Horton is my guest. We are talking about this morning a vote for the 2023 Community Choice Awards. We've already won $100,000.
Right.
Can you tell me what's that going for? This is from
Okay.
Kubota.
So involved with Fiddler's Grove are 2 other nonprofits. One is the Wilson County Civic League, and the other one is Vine Branch Fellowship, which is a gardening program that teaches children about nutrition, where your food comes from, and so forth. And so the money will be spread between the 3, but the big thing we're doing at Fiddler's Grove is to build a greenhouse so that we can plant things and have heirloom seeds from farms from way back when. This greenhouse will also be used by the partners that are in the grant, as well as the Wilson County Master Gardeners. And so we're really excited about that. We've needed a greenhouse at Fiddler's Grove for a long time. So we're really excited about that.
Well, it's wonderful to have got that first $100,000 grant.
Right.
But then, as was said earlier, and those who may have missed this if you weren't with us before the break, the five there are on a ballot now, and the one that receives the most
Right.
votes gets another $100,000.
Another 100,000, and we're in competition for that. And we really need you to go online to Kubota Hometown Proud and vote for our project, which is Black Farms, Food, and Families. And the Vine Branch Fellowship has gardens throughout Wilson County, and there's a beautiful one at Byers Dowdy Elementary School, and the children are learning so much from this. There's also one at Coles Ferry Pike Senior Center. And so these are community gardens, and there's one also at the Civic League. So we want to be able to expand all of this. It's so important that we teach our children all about nutrition and what they can do to, feed themselves and why they should do this kind of thing. We hope that eventually we'll get more kids going into agriculture and farming.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, it's very easy. I did it last night. You go to KubotaHometownProud.com.
That's it.
And then it comes up there, and we are first there.
We are first
so
there.
You click the first one. That's a
Yeah.
vote for us. And you can do this every day until the
It's 14th. Until
August
the 14th of August,
That
yes.
will be the last day to do it. So
Right.
if everybody would just take a minute or two and do that,
Yeah,
we would
each
be
day,
at the top of that list.
Vote each day so we can move on up and get that second grant. That way we could do so much more in the community.
Well, I am glad that they have it like this. I mean, if it didn't, some people could sit there and would all day long do that.
Yeah.
You only vote one time a day.
One time a
but
day.
It is important that you do that every day.
It is. It's very important
And
that
I'm
you
going
do
to
that
try
every
my
day.
best every day to
First
get
thing
on
in the
there
morning, do
and-
that, or last thing at night. Just
Yeah.
get it done.
KubotaHometownProud.com.
That's
and,
it.
And we might also add that our local Kubota people are.
Yes, Matt Bryson is wonderful, and he's one who's been spearheading this grant, and we're so grateful that he's involved with us.
You talked with him a little bit about this.
Oh, yes, he's on our street committee, and so we meet and we're planning the things that we're going to do. Very involved with us, yes.
Well, there are a lot of older businesses in Lebanon who have a replica, I guess we would say, or something out there in Fiddler's Grove
Yes,
to
yes.
remind folks of how it used to be.
Right.
And there's a little radio station out there.
Yes, right next door to the Wharton store.
Well, now that's appropriate.
Yes, it
We're
is.
just down the street from us.
We didn't separate from each other.
Right.
Yeah.
But you, Ruth, you love Fiddler's Grove, don't you?
I do, and we have Dad's little store set up like a museum. We don't sell anything, but it tells the whole story, starting with his story. And it's so interesting when children come in and they looking for shopping carts, and we explain that we invented, personal shopping. Person would come in with their little grocery list. We would take it and go around and get what they wanted, put it on the counter, and Mother would total it up and bag it up and all. So we didn't need carts. And considering the size of that store, we couldn't have had a cart.
Yeah, right. Rather small, but a
Rather
vital
small.
part of the community.
Very, very, yes. It's so wonderful being there every year during the fair when people come back who used to deliver bread and ice cream and Cokes and things to that little store. But the other side of it was Mother and Dad always had a huge garden. So a lot of what we raised in the garden was sold in the store. You couldn't get fresher vegetables than that. So
Do you know how long that A.C. Horton ran that store, your father?
my dad operated it from 1960 to 74.
Oh, okay.
And he built the bigger store, and now we still own it. We lease it to another family. Yeah, so
Okay.
history lives on.
Well, we haven't talked hardly at all about you this morning. We've got about 5 minutes left, but tell us what have you done in your life that you want the world to know about?
You know, my parents could only afford to send us to Tennessee State University, and so that's where I went to school and graduated in some years ago. We won't go into that, but anyway, I majored in education, elementary education and special education, and then my first teaching job was in Indiana, and then worked there for a while, got my master's, and moved back to Nashville, and I worked at Fisk University, taught there for 5 years, while getting another degree from Peabody in early childhood education. So I got the EDS degree there.
Wow.
And then moved to California and stayed 25 years and worked out there with the State Department of Education, just did all kinds of things. And my dad was terminally ill in 2003, so I retired early and moved back to help Mom with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then got bored after he passed, and I went to work at Lipscomb University and ran a master's degree program for teachers getting certified to teach special needs kids. And then one morning I woke up and decided I didn't have to be anywhere or go anywhere, and it felt so good. I decided I think I'll just retire for good. Got it right that time. But you wouldn't know that because I'm always at Fiddler's Grove, or it really involved in the community a lot.
But education, being in education, has really been most of your adult life, hasn't it?
Yes, it has been.
And I don't know how many degrees you've got, but you no doubt have an impressive
Resume.
Yes, resume. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, back to the reason for your being here this morning. The Black Farms Food and Families Project at Fiddler's Grove won that $100,000 Kubota Hometown Proud grant.
Right.
And now they're asking our local community to vote for a chance to double the winnings.
Double that,
and
yes.
That's what really this is all about.
Right.
And it is very easy to do that. You visit KubotaHometownProud.com and you can vote once a day from now through
The
August
14th. Yes.
So today is the 4th, so what's
So
that, 10,
they
11
give
more
you
days?
10 days, and we'll be so honored to have you vote for us. We really need your help.
Well, again, you've told us a lot of what is done and things that you're wanting to do, but another $100,000 is going to really mean so much if we can just get people. And I know you hear this and you think, well, maybe I'll do it, or but it's so easy because
It
I
is
know
easy.
if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah, and if you miss a day, don't give up. Just go right back and keep voting. Yeah.
And you can give everybody. Well, I guess where everybody that's got an email address,
Right,
that's what they're going to go by to keep you from. I mean, if you've got 2 email addresses, you probably could vote twice a day.
Well, I don't.
Well, we won't money.
We won't get into that.
But the email address, once that's entered, that you do enter that in
Right,
there. And then if that should show up again, they wouldn't let
Right.
you vote. You only vote one time a day.
Yeah.
But that one vote a day, that's another 10 votes.
That's so important, and we really want you to do that, because last night I checked and we were like in 3rd place. So we really need to hit the ground running and get more votes
Right.
in.
And once again, if you should win this, and hopefully we will, what are some of the things this is going to go for?
Well, this will allow us to expand our programs more in the community. I mentioned the greenhouse, but Vine Branch will be bringing kids to the greenhouse. There'll be programs for seniors also. We just want to expand, what we'll be able to do with this first grant. And we have on Fiddler's Grove a little old building, which was the schoolhouse that W.E.B. Du Bois taught in. It's called Wheeler School. And the Civic League has an interactive kiosk that's going to be in that little building during the fair, giving information on W.E.B. Du Bois. And it's very important that we teach our children and families about contributions, that were made by him.
All right, we've come to our last minute here this morning. Ruth Wharton, my guest, and again, we just hope that we can get you and everybody that possibly can to vote for this 2023 Community Choice Award that will bring another $100,000 to do what Ruth has just told us about. It's going to help Fiddler's Grove. It's going to help a lot of things.
Yes, helps a lot in the community.
I sure appreciate having you out here this morning. As you were saying before we went on the air, you don't usually get up hardly at this time. That's what you were mentioning a minute ago.
I do for Randall Clemens.
Yeah, one day you found out that you didn't have to do a lot of things, and that was the place for you.
Right.
But you certainly are active in our community, and especially
Yes.
at Fiddler's Grove, and I think this is the first time we've met this morning. But it's my
Yes.
pleasure to meet you and
mine
recall
also.
your family's history here,
Yeah.
and thank you so much.
And Fiddler's Grove always needs volunteers, so we'll find something for you to do. I'll be your mentor and would love to meet you, so just give us a call.
All right. Well, thank you, Ruth Wharton. That's part one of Coleman and Company. We've got more. Keep it here, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. It's $59.95 up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation and safety check. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. We still see the heavy traffic on Vietnam Vets right now westbound, approaching Conference Drive coming through Hendersonville. It's picked up even more with some volume on 65 through Brentwood, Franklin. Watch for radar I-40 out in Dixon County. This morning they're being sneaky. Again, they're on I-40 eastbound around 840 all the way up to Kingston Springs. Nash Painting, they service all of Middle Tennessee. If you want professional folks to paint your house, and I'm sure you do, you'll check with these guys. They're online at nashpainting.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
You know, starting to save for your future doesn't have to be difficult. Let Wilson Bank and Trust help tone up your financial goals this year. Our certificates of deposits or CDs can help your money work harder with our competitive rates, earning you more than ever before. WBT checking options allow you to earn rewards you can really use, like a high interest rate or cash back on check card purchases when you meet some e-banking qualifications. Visit your closest Wilson Bank and Trust office or online at wilsonbank.com to get started today. Member FDIC.
A chance of showers and thunderstorms remains possible this morning, otherwise mostly cloudy, a high of around 87. When those showers push out of the region, heat indices could climb above 100. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, otherwise partly cloudy, down to 68 degrees. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty. Professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm Stormy Clausen.
We continue. Thanks for joining us here on a Friday morning, part 2 of Coleman and Company. We welcome our friends from Rocky Top Realty, the C&D team. Miss Judy, good morning.
Good morning.
Judy Cox, Dana Hemmentoller, good
morning.
All right. And Mike Cox, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
They tell me you're going to do most of the talking this morning, but good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy.
And let me tell everybody that this wonderful company is located at 1330 West Main Street in Lebanon. They're great people. They offer great service, and they're people you can trust. And you want to say anything in the beginning?
It's just fair time in Tennessee. I'll say that and let him go.
Medina, you got a listing or two? You got anything you go say quickly this morning?
Yeah, just remember we have a listing over on Goshen Road, 1881 Goshen Road. It's 15 acres, and it's a 4-bedroom and 3 full bath. Beautiful home with in-ground swimming pool, a storage unit, concrete floor with RV hookup, and it has everything you ever want in a one-level home.
All the bells and
whistles. So give us a call on that one if you're interested. And we have condos for sale. We have single living homes for sale. We have land for sale. So give us a call, and remember, don't make a move without us. That's number one.
443-3130 is that number. Mike, I know we're going to put you front and center this morning.
That's right.
But, welcome again.
Well, good morning, Coleman.
Good morning.
Well, the fair's just a little less than 2 weeks away, and it's already out there.
2 weeks from yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We are, the cabin, we're refurbishing a lot of it. We've repainted the sides, the back, repainted the front porch. The rocking chairs are getting redone as we speak. And we're doing all the inside stuff and refresh some of the stuff up in it. But I just want to talk about a lot of the things that are going on out there. Directly across from us has always been a tent. Last year, they poured a concrete slab and had a tent sitting on it. This year, they have already put a big building on it. So it's an open air building, but it is all a big building, and it's got a concrete floor in it, so we don't have to worry about running over when we have a big rain and putting all the mulch down. It's just, it's paved up to where you go in the building. It's really nice.
Is this going to be the same things displayed in general?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just the structure of the building is what's.
And it gives them, they left part of it open so they could, if you ever wanted to do a concert in there or something, you can just go in and sit bleachers up and things like that. So they're making a lot of the buildings very versatile, and they're just adding so many things. I mean, it's almost so many to really talk about. And all the paving, we've added a lot of acreage this year towards the back. They've already cut some gravel roads in back there, so it's going to be more parking. And that's just a start on it from what I'm being told of what you're going to see in the parking range and stuff like that.
Well, we have we've talked a time or two when you weren't here about you and how that you used to have to construct that building and then tear it down.
Yes.
And then finally got a permanent building there, which has saved you a lot of work.
Yes, it makes it much easier. I've been out there for about 2 weeks now, but we did a little kind of a major re-overhaul this year just to bring it back up to where it was when I built it, 6-7 years ago probably.
2014.
Yeah. So it's been a little longer than that then. So we've redone that and some things like that. But and a lot of the things that I see going on is a lot of safety, more cameras. They have been putting cameras in like crazy, so they can watch. I mean, both our police departments, they got guys out there. They are just tremendous in the stuff they do out there. And the board is just, they're really putting new things in, and it's just going to be a really nice place and a safe place for people to go.
Well, you've played a big role in this all these years, and you still have your cart and go around and help a lot of people during those, 11 days, I think it is, at the fair?
Yeah. Yeah, and you have a lot of people, just like I say, we have a good infill hospital. I mean, all that stuff's taken care of. And you get some older people, and they don't realize they come in there, and especially we got so many new people moved in here now that that they'll come out there and start walking and don't realize just how big that place is. I mean, it's big. I mean, you really need to come 2 or 3 nights and take you a section and take another section and take another section and go. I mean, it's very affordable to buy the season pass and do that, go that route, and you can pick the nights you want to come. Some nights are busier than other ones, and but we have so many people, and I pick up people that, got diabetes and their sugar got drops on them, and they got to be dealt with somewhere. So, and I had that problem myself, so I kind of know what to do, and I can kind of tell the symptoms. But we got people, nurses, doctors, and everything out there that you just get them to quickly and things like that. And we're not, I've had deals where we've had a heart attack before, and you got to get the victim over to where the ambulances are, and then you got to get the family there.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's a lot of things that we do behind the scenes that, get done. I mean, it's very well organized.
Yeah, and your cabin, your place there is very well organized too.
Yes.
It was great when we had Granny, but even without her, you're doing pretty well.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we miss her. You just can't say how much we miss her, but it's a good air conditioned place to come in and sit down, and we have people come sit on the porch. They rock, and it's good more for the older people that need a break. And if you have the heat like we've had, which we're hoping it's going to stay like it is now, and we'll have a really good fair.
Well, I'm glad to your cabin is there and it's air conditioned and you can come in and get your meal. Don't come in there to get your meal, but get it somewhere else. And
We're not
bring it
cooking.
over. You're not a restaurant, but it's a happy place. It's and some of y'all are there all the time.
Oh, yeah. We keep it manned all the time. Any hour that fair's open, me and her will be there for the full fair from start to finish. I mean, I do that every year.
Hang out there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they allow me to.
I think they demand it, but anyway.
Well, she's there most of the time. She's there all the time too, if it's open. So,
well, we're just sitting here anticipating a great fair and the Cox's Cabin. Is that what we want to call that? Yes.
Cox's Hospitality Cabin.
Cox's Hospitality Cabin.
And we're giving away a boy and girl's bike, and we're giving away an overnight stay to the bed and breakfast in Granville with 2 bluegrass tickets. And if you guess the number of corn kernels, you win $500. Ever who gets the closest to it, $500 cash, plus moon pies. And this year we've got some chocolate mint moon pies.
Oh boy!
So get ready for that.
All right. Well, thank you all for being with us today, Mike. Always good to see you. And Judy, have a great week. Medina, you too. And you can say it one more time.
Come see us at the fair because remember, don't make a move without us.
All right. CMD team, Exit Rocky Top Realty, 1330 West Main and Lebanon. People you can trust. We're 20 minutes before the hour, and Karen Rosinski joins us this morning. She's here from the Wilson County Help Center, and she and I have a lot to talk about. Karen, it is good to see you again. And you've got a couple of people you have brought with you today we'll get to in a moment. But good morning.
Good morning. How are you,
I'm
Coleman?
doing well. How's it with you?
Good. It's Friday.
Busy?
Yes, it's been busy, very busy. Yes. We were closed for a couple of weeks to redo our floors, and we had to move everything out and move everything back in. So it has been an adventure.
Well, the Help Center, what's the official address?
203 West High Street.
West High, but most people know it as the bypass. And it's part, I guess you could say, part of Badua Parkway, but you're there in what once was a furniture store. It doesn't look much like it did in the beginning now. You've done even while you've been there, there's been quite a bit more remodeling done.
Yes.
And, by the way, I don't know when you want to get to this, but I did notice that you've got, is it Tuesday for the people who have...
Yes, so we are having a grand reopening and a ribbon cutting for the training room and the offices that we built. We did a brick campaign started it back in the fall, and sold engraved bricks for a donor wall so that we could build a training space and 2 offices. And that space is finished, and we are actually starting our classes there. One of our first ones, which will be on gardening, that we want to talk about a little bit this morning as well. But you can come by at 4:00 on Tuesday. We're going to be partnering with Lebanon Wilson County Chamber, and we're doing a ribbon cutting ceremony. Okay. But if you bought a brick, we've tried to get the information out to everyone who did purchase a brick. You can come and view it at that time.
Okay. A brick viewing as well as all the other you just said.
Absolutely.
Tuesday at 4:00?
4:00.
And that's Tuesday the
8th.
Tuesday,
8th at
August
4:00.
8th. Okay. Yep. All right. What else you want to talk about?
I want to talk about our gardening class that we have coming up. This is going to be one of the first classes that we are going to be offering. And I have the Scotts with me this morning from Vine Branch Fellowship.
Let me turn your mic on now. Say it again.
Good morning.
All right. I think y'all been here once before.
We have.
Yes, it's good to see you again.
You too.
What about the gardening? Has it been a good year so far?
It has, much better than last year.
Really?
Yes, because it's not as hot and dry. So the community garden is producing well. All the school gardens are producing really well. So we have enjoyed this growing season.
Thankful for that rain.
Yes. But because we do gardening, a lot of people ask us, do you offer gardening classes? So we decided to offer a garden class. Karen approached us about offering classes in the new training center, which is an awesome space. And so here we are. And so we want to get more people signed up for It's just a basic gardening class.
All right, this is called Gardening 101. Usually 101 means the basics.
Down to
Yes.
the basics. Yeah.
So tell us about it.
So we're talking about things like soil, different types of plants to
Okay,
grow,
you got
spring, summer.
It's a 4-week series.
Yes.
4-week series where we talk about the basics of gardening. We'll go into the soils, talk about bugs, maybe how to treat diseases, things of that sort. And I'll even be providing a little course about how you can build boxes, containers, raised beds, just a basic course on that, how you can structure those. Because we're actually looking to put in a community garden there at the Help Center. So we'll be putting in a 20 raised bed gardening community garden there that they can utilize to grow and to pass out produce there at the Help Center.
We need to go to a break here real quick, but you've evidently been fairly successful with this since you started.
Yes.
It sounds like you're just really expanding.
We are. We want to make sure that the community has access to fresh produce. We know it helps those community members within the Wilson County community that may be struggling with purchasing those things. So we want to make sure we target those areas.
Okay, well, according to your flyer here, this is a 4-week series to learn about the basics of gardening, and it's going to start on Wednesday, August the 9th, and go through August the 30th, and that's 10 to 11 o'clock, an hour long, for 4 weeks in a row on those Wednesdays, right?
Yes.
That is correct.
And you need to sign up. How do you do that?
You can go to the website that's on those flyers. There are flyers at the Help Center as well. We've been putting it out on Facebook, social media as well.
Okay. All right. With that, we'll take a break. More coming up on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by our friends at Absolute Kubota. They'll help you rent the right tool for the job. The Kubota Orange Rental Program makes it easy to rent the right equipment. Stop by Absolute Kubota. Check out the U35 excavator or the SVL 75 compact track loader, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. A couple of accidents out here in the last few minutes. Pretty busy now on 24 westbound through the Hickory Hollow area as it builds. Even more out of Rutherford County towards Nashville. Out in the Mount Juliet area, watch for some radar. I-40 east and westbound. Down Ellington Parkway, that volume has increased quite a bit. And 40 still looks good right now eastbound, coming out of Dixon County up towards Kingston Springs. Prince's Hot Chicken is catering. Check out that awesome menu today at princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
On the pontoon. It's summer and it's hot.
Need a home with a pool or a condo with a neighborhood pool to enjoy?
What about a home on the lake with a boat dock?
Or what about a farm with lots of shade trees and a creek?
We can find what you want to keep you cool all summer long.
Whatever you do, remember, don't make a move without us.
Call Judy Cox or Medana Pimentoller at Exit Rocky Top Realty. C&D Team 443-3130.
On the pontoon.
Yeah, go on your own.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on this Friday morning. Our final segment here, we do have Karen Rudzinski with the Wilson County Community Health Center. And we were talking with Alex and Shanae Scott, and they're the gardening people who are going to be doing this 4-week series to learn the basics of gardening as we were talking about. Now, Karen, you asked to be on, and I'm kind of putting the ball in your court as to which direction we go and what we talk about. There's so much to talk about with the Community Health Center, and we've already covered a lot, and we may need to go over some of this again, and maybe there's more. It's up to you.
Well, we have been, it's been fast and furious, I would say, for the past 2.5 years since I came on board, and it's been a long 2.5 years.
Well, you've made some changes. And
we have.
You've been innovative and getting this brick wall and getting the donations, and I think you've had a lot of community help, really.
We have. The community has been just amazing as far as the support. We have more donations. I mentioned that we were closed for a couple of weeks because we had to redo some floors, and it took a little bit longer than we expected it to, and we had to move everything out. So every single thing had to come out, and then everything had to come back in.
You did this in 2 weeks?
We did it in 2 weeks, wow. Yes. And it only took a few days to do the actual floors, but it took 2 or 3 days to get everything out and then everything back in. So,
well, did you find a place for everything, and do you have everything in its place?
we do. We have everything in its place, and we have that much more that came in during that time too. So donations didn't stop. People kept coming with their donations, and we've been really blessed. We've been playing catch up really for the past couple of weeks just to process those donations that we had.
Yeah, and there's there are a lot of people who shop there. Really,
Absolutely.
You have a lot of bargains, and if you're shut down for 2 weeks, I don't know what they did, but they probably are coming
They
back.
showed up every day while we were there working. We're trying to come in. That's what they did.
You should have put them to work.
They all said it was actually really nice. We had so many people who were like, we didn't know what to do, and this, they say it's their second home. We have people who come in 2 or 3 times a day, for shopping because we push items out all day long. So. What you see in the morning will be different is what you see in the afternoon. So people know that, so they come in for the bargains. But we appreciate all the donations that we receive.
Well, you have reconfigured a little bit, a little remodeling, and a somewhat of a little redirection of the whole program, really. We talked about this when you were here before, that you're wanting to help people maybe get off the poverty level, if you will, to better themselves.
We're that's the main reason that we offered or that we wanted to add the training space, so that we could actually offer some classes that would be helpful to people. So we'll be offering like personal finance. We'll be offering how to buy your first home. Really everything, gardening, nutrition, whatever it may be that we can assist people with. So we're really excited. Like I said, we kind of launched everything, built the space, and then had to close for a couple of weeks. So we're kind of getting back on track with our classes. And we want that space to be open to the community as well, so that if anyone has classes that they want to offer, they just need to come to us and we'll make the space available.
Well, again, we have Alex and Shanae Scott with us this morning, and this gardening thing is just one probably of many that you're going to be doing, but this is in the immediate future. I mean, August the 9th is next week.
Yeah, kicking it off soon.
4 consecutive Wednesdays, the 9th through the 30th, and the other 2 Wednesdays in between.
Right.
during the month of August. It's just an hour long, so it's you're probably going to move pretty fast in that hour to cover all you want to cover.
Yeah, we want to try to get as much as possible within that hour to make sure that they understand some of the basics of getting things started. We have the fall crop that we're getting prepared to plant, and I know people love their greens and their lettuce and all that stuff that they would like to plant. Some people may not have planted that yet and may need some tips.
Yeah.
So we ask that they come to the class and
Well, I
learn
take
a
it
little
this
bit.
is totally free.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sign up.
Yes.
Sign up. Yeah.
And it's limited to 20 people.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, well, that's about a class.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's just about enough so everybody can get what they need and listen enough to
Well, now,
find out
will,
what
Ask
they need.
questions.
will you be part of, is this more like a lecture thing, or how you?
No, we
We like to do hands-on as much as possible. Not one for just standing and just teaching, because I don't even like classes like that. So, so we try not to do that, but we want it to be open enough for people to ask questions, because we don't want them to come to class and still go home and not know anything or wish they would have asked a question.
But in addition to this 4-week basic series on gardening, you are going to be having a garden there at the Help Center.
That's correct.
Now, when is that next year, or?
No, we're getting that going right now. We're bringing in the supplies, and we should be beginning that process probably when the classes are starting. It'll be a part of the classes. So,
Okay.
We'll have to get them involved in building as well.
right.
Well, you got to be excited about that, Karen.
I am. When they first approached me about it, I was like, well, I don't think I can do anything else. But then I said, why not? So I'm excited about it.
You probably said, okay, you can do it, but your baby, you're going to have to.
Not in so many words. I said, I don't think our staff wants to be out picking, but but you know, it's really a natural thing for us to offer, and we do have some grassy area in the back that's not being utilized. So and we don't have to mow it.
It's positive.
Well, I was wondering where, but in the back.
In the back, it's
Part that I haven't seen.
The part that most people don't see, even when you drive around, there is some grassy area in the back. So we'll have about 20 beds.
Okay. Well, here again, I was wondering how you learned this, but from Alice, pretty much what you said during the break here, you kind of just picked it up, but you must kind of come to you pretty natural. You learn quick, and you've learned some things to do and not do.
Yeah, pretty much trial and error. We always have, been ones that like to get outside and get our hands dirty. I've always been a hobbyist when it comes to landscaping, so we expanded to the vegetables due to needing a healthier diet, due to, our story about our son with type 1 diabetes, my wife with her allergies. And so we had to get outside and figure out how to grow our own, and we wanted to share that with everyone else. So this is just a benefit of that, of learning, YouTube and all other type of aspects, books and reading.
Google.
Yeah, Google, everything you can imagine. Plus, some of the tips and knowledge that we received from the Master Gardener class. We took that. So we are master gardeners. So we've enhanced our knowledge in how to do it, and we want to expand and continue to do that. It
sounds like it's going to be in good hands, Karen.
I think so.
Well, we appreciate y'all being with us today. 4 minutes. What else do we need to talk about?
I just want to remind everybody that we are having our grand reopening and ribbon cutting on Tuesday, August 8th at 4 p.m. We will have some refreshments there that evening. And if you want to get more information, because it starts the next day, as far as the gardening class, you can get that information there. And if we need to help you get signed up, we'll do it then.
Well, now this thing Tuesday, really, this is sort of the grand reopening is sort of a celebration.
It's definitely a celebration.
What you have been doing for a while.
It is. It's definitely a celebration. The need just keeps increasing as far as the programs that we offer for assistance. Just in utility assistance alone, last year we spent over $80,000 in support. Wow. So it looks like it's going to be around that same amount or even higher this year. So the need's there, and we appreciate what everyone does for us in the community.
Well, it is a community thing, and I know within reason, I don't know, I hadn't seen the figures, but I know there are a lot of people who have, as we say, stepped up to the plate, who have contributed within their means, some small, some large, but it all helps and goes for a worthy cause here. But even if all you can do is donate your used clothing,
absolutely,
that's a step in the right
direction. Absolutely. Everything that we raise through the thrift store goes back into our assistance programs. So you are supporting.
And you have really just you've seen the need here, and if you can help people have some of these classes, I mean, the gardening is one. That's a way. If people do gardening, if they're where they can, I mean, what little vegetables or whatever fruits and vegetables you can raise on your home, that stuff you don't have to buy at the grocery store.
Right, exactly.
Which if you can teach people how to get out of debt, stay out of debt, how to balance their checkbook, some of this is really elementary that you're
it really is. I mean, it's just life skills. So and everybody needs that, I don't do a very good job of balancing my checkbook.
I think what you have seen the need here. You have seen people who, with a little help and maybe a little push in the right direction, could better themselves.
Absolutely.
With just a little effort here.
Absolutely.
If somebody does that, and so you're stepping up to the plate. That to me, that's what I get out of this.
Yeah, that's
and I'm
that's the
thankful.
point. That's what the training space was for, so that we can kind of take it that next step.
Yeah. And I think a lot of us who maybe bought a brick feel like that what you're doing is certainly worthwhile. And if we can help a few people better themselves, we're all going to be better as a result.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, again, the grand reopening Tuesday, August 4th, 4 p.m. A great day at the Wilson County Community Health Center. The gardening program starts August the 9th. Next Wednesday goes through the 30th. You sign up for that, and you'll have 20 people. When you get 20, that's it.
That's
but
it.
you can learn a lot about gardening.
Yes.
Taught by Alex and Shanae Scott. And Karen Rosinski, thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having
what
me.
you're doing for our community. And we help others, we help ourselves. It's what it's all about.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Thank you.
That is going to do it for a Friday. Have a nice weekend, everybody. And until Monday, I wish you a fantastic day.